Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin, BTC. Currently it is Thursday, North American East Coast time. It's about 4:30 p.m. We are seeing Bitcoin take a correction after being rejected a little bit below the 45K level. Currently Bitcoin is at 41,900. And what are some of the levels that we can expect? Well, the Fibonacci 0.38 level of correction would be around, probably around, let's see, right around 41,000. So that could be a modest pullback. A deeper pullback would then be to the 0.5 Fibonacci level, which would be 39,700. And then, of course, after that, the golden pocket would be right around, probably around 38,500, right around this area here. Now, we do have a small trend line in play. It's a small trend line on the daily, and it is this yellow line here. And this yellow line could provide support. We're just not really sure if it will or not. If it does come down and breaks the 0.38 Fibonacci retracement level, we would then come in contact with that trend line probably around 39,700. And remember, these are all on the daily. This is all on the daily chart, okay? Excuse me. So currently right now the price is testing the 5-day moving average on the daily. Sometimes that does show support, and it has over here. You can see these candlesticks here. Price action did respect the 5-day moving average for several days. However, we're not really sure if it's going to respect the 5-day moving average here, because again, we've been rejected at the 40, right under the 45K mark. Well, actually, it's been 3 times. We had one here, a rejection here, another rejection here, and then another rejection there. So I guess we can say that it's been about 3 rejections so far. And that is significant, because the more times we get rejected at a price point, the more likely we are to pull back from it. Now, that being said, it's too early to really know, so we just have to wait and see what the price action will tell us. That being said, looking on the daily, we do have the Fisher is still positive, so we could actually reverse and go up without going negative on the Fisher. So, excuse me, so the current trend from this second bottom is still intact. Looking at the RSI, the daily RSI currently is around 52. 52 is strong. It's midline. But if we do break below 52, then that could be a problem. The stochastics looks like it does want to cross over. We are overextended a bit, although this can stay overextended for some period of time. Stochastics is an indicator that does top out early. So currently right now we just need to wait for Bitcoin to tell us which way it wants to go, and we need to see what kind of momentum will come in to retest the 45K, or lack of momentum to test the lower areas. That being said, you know, the issue is that today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Fridays are not real strong. Fridays can be excuse me, Fridays can be a bit flat or even negative. So it's important for us to realize that. That being said, we are under the 200 daily moving average, this white line, at 45,500. That 200 daily moving average was touched this recent push to the upside. We did touch that at about 45,400. But again, we haven't been able to close above that level. Okay? Have not been able to close above that level. So the bears still are in control for the moment until we break above the 200 and come back, test it, and hold above it, consolidate above it. That being said, we are in a what appears to be possible bottom of a bear trend. Okay, although we are On the weekly, we are bullish. We are in a bull trend. Okay, and I've said this many times. Problem is this. When I take a look at the weekly, we are having lower closes. Okay, so in my opinion, it is very important that we close this week, which would be, after the weekend, that we close this week making at least a higher close, maybe around 43, something like that, which would be up here, to try and match or even surpass this candle here. That would at least show some growing strength. But if not, then we could very well see next week being negative and pulling us down, retesting the lower levels, 35, 36K. That being said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take one day at a time. Looking on the 4-hour, the 4-hour is in a correction. You can see that here. 4-hour does show that possible pullback target would be, well, first of all, let me do it this way. Let's put this up here. On the 4-hour, possible pullback target again would be that 38,600, which would be the Fibonacci golden pocket, and the 0.5 would be 39.6, and above that would be, on the 4-hour, we do have a 30-day moving average at 40,900, or about 41,000. Okay. So that being said, on the 4-hour, we do have, whoops, let me move this over to the brush. On the Fisher, we do see we are in a negative trend here. We are having a correction. And on the RSI, we see 48, a little bit below midline. So if we do not bounce here at the 30, and if we do not bounce here at the 39 or 40K trend line, then we could be seeing 37, 38, even 34 or 35 at this point. Okay, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens over the weekend. We could see on low volume a breakout to the upside, pushing higher, but we'll have to wait and see. The stochastics on the 4-hour does show that it is at the bottom, so we could have an impulse to the upside not long from now. And whether that would actually threaten the bears at 45K, we just really don't know. Tonight, in my opinion, would be the only night that they would be able to threaten the bears at 45K, because it is Thursday. Thursdays can be very strong, but we'll just have to wait and see. If the bulls have the risk-on mentality, if the bulls have the conviction to put the money on the table and to push the price higher, taking additional risk. That being said, friends, the market over here, you can see on my list, the market is in a correction, and so we do see a lot of red here, a lot of red. We see altcoins are correcting, putting in anywhere from 12-15% correction to just a light 2 to 3% correction. Okay, and you can see that the ones that are in the green, those are the leveraged coins. Okay, and of course Glimmer is up 1%. So Atom also is up almost 4% during this correction, so showing a lot of strength during this correction. So this is one to watch, friends. This is one to watch. That being said, let's use some precautions. Let's use caution, and because on the weekly, this is important to acknowledge. This is important to notice here. On the weekly, whoops, let me go back to Bitcoin. There we go. Yep. On the weekly for Bitcoin, if we do not break the 45K, if we cannot break above that 45K level, which is this blue line right there, then we are in a serious jeopardy of going lower. And if we break below the 33K level here, which was the previous low, previous weeks, then all bets are off. Then we could be seeing a much deeper correction. Let me go ahead and move it down like so. Then we could be seeing a much deeper correction, which would be down here by the 28K line, okay, which brings us back into the same level of accumulation as we've seen last year during the summertime when we had the previous Wyckoff accumulation zone. So this could turn out, if we cannot break above 45K, then this area here that we're consolidating in, could be what's called a Wyckoff redistribution event. What I mean by that is if we can't break the 45K level, then the bulls become fearful, thinking that there's going to be a correction. That if you can't go much higher, then you might as well sell, right? So then we could see some selling, which would then have some kind of a cascading effect, bringing us much lower, right? And then we could possibly retest that 28. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This probably would not occur for a few weeks, but it is a real possibility. So we need to be aware of that. So once again, use caution, use risk management, proper risk management, use proper stop losses. And of course, this is not financial advice. I cannot tell you what to buy, when to buy, how to buy. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am just showing you what I see on the charts. And so that being said, let's take a look at the weekly. So far the weekly is showing that we are in a Fisher positive run here. So we are pushing up, but we're not able to make higher highs. We're just putting in consolidation here, right? That is what's concerning. We're running out of time to be able to really push higher. What we have here is we have the stochastics is positive, moving higher, and the RSI is moving higher, but we are still under. RSI is still under that moving average on the RSI. So that being said, we are currently on the weekly. The RSI is 44, 45, still a bit weak, under midline. So we really need to break out above that 45K level or start closing right under it. We need to close this week above 43, and then we need to make another push, a hard push to 45. If we cannot break it, then we probably will roll over and pull down again, testing lower lows. Thank you, friends, for watching. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your patience with sometimes I have longer videos, and I understand that it can be a little challenging to sit through. I'm not the most entertaining, but it's important. The information that I'm sharing with you is important, and so I appreciate you taking time to watch, and it makes it worthwhile. Please click like if you found this information helpful. Remember, not investment advice, and please share the video so others can learn about crypto just like you. Thank you, friends, for watching. Please be careful. I hope you have a good week. Close out your week positive, I hope. I hope you've made some money, and don't forget to take some profits. That being said, we will see you in the next video. Remember, friends, always the #1 rule: never lose money. See you next time.